Pardon me. Let's hug under. Yes, hello, Amable and Hammer. I do, yes. I do remember Luminous Avenger IX. Still to play it. Of course, no quality options. Yeah, it's fucking never is. It's a hell site. We don't really have much in the way of tempered investigations, so I can get any suggestions that aren't post-game or post-game monsters. Yeah, so they're having a sequel come out next year. It's early next year, and then Gunvolt 3 is like summer. Oh yeah, we can hunt Odogrons, because like basically tier 4 gens will just drop from shit all over the place. So yeah, down with hunting Odos. Their only alternative is a tempered Bambro quest, which is neat and all, but we can park that till we got your stuff sorted. Story stuff from the first game makes it a surprise. Alright. Wait. Regular Odogaron, yeah. Dude. That split will always be pretty good. I have this one from a last time we could do, actually. Otherwise, that's all my master rank ones. They're all shared. Both my higher my exams, which I'm forever done with it. Yo. Oh yeah, you know, you're right. One of the Namli's chains is finally loosened. Slowly but surely he's going free. Or take my mouth less sticky. It's the thing I find about like chicken and stuff like that, and some of the stuff I'm having is just I do, yes. What's this? This sequel expansion. Fucking everything's getting sequels. The less grows air longer. It's included for free with the original. Ooh, that's nice of them. A bit of that between Darkest. Hey. Yeah, pretty much between streams and other shit this week, I am going to be playing No More Heroes 3 at last. Oh, what's a big one? Oop. Get. That's just judging distances is not a thing that I ever Nice of you not to hit me. Ow. Oop. Of course you. Yeah, it has been a while. Get. At least I have my cat to heal as well, actually. So that will add to longevity. You were still, yeah, you were. When you were last on during a GFL stream, you mentioned that they were playing with the spooky mod. I rolled right into that. Oh, that's a bit an issue. It's fine. It's aggroed on hammer. It's cool. Alright, we're good. You fucking stay still for a second. Oh, he just narrowly dove out. Oh, damn you. Too early. How did that not count? Nope. I don't have any, but I should start bringing bombs on me again. Of course he is. How can he not? Yeah, I remember bomb, so it just, sort of died and pop it whenever. If your cat doesn't first. You want me to hit it? Or... Surprised that's the first time I started bleeding, actually. Please, start sitting. Yep. You smell my blood, do you? Oh, the double tap. Excellent. Fucking football tier dive, that one. Yeah. That was almost a dodge, too. Nope. Sharpen time. Roll's a decent game. When it came to stealth games, I prefer sticks, but it was still pretty interesting to play a thief game by the original devs that I hadn't played before. It's also interesting that it's kind of semi-open world. To be fair, like, that semi-open worldness might have been like being inspired by stuff like Deus Ex, which was still pretty close at the time. If I remember right, like that, larger worlds thing, larger, more like sprawling worlds thing was getting quite popular at the time because of that. Deus Ex and games like it at the time, just because the technology was catching up to allow that. That would also been around the same time like Grand Theft Auto 3 happened, so like open world is a thing, like a big 3D open worlds anywhere were beginning to become a thing. At least a popular thing anyway. A more standard of a thing, I should say. Outside of like mad madman's games buried on in the heart of the PC. Oh. Fucking hell. Get. Should have had the set of dual blades built up because longsword's a bit awkward when there's not two other extra people distracting him long enough for you to get your sneaky hits in. Well, that and I keep whiffing. Bang, falls over. Shit. It's fine, actually. I will sit and heal my bleeding. There we go. Oh, you get. If he lowered that with like second faster, that'd hit. There we go. Should grab stones actually so I could do the wall thing. Forgot about that. Fucker. There we go. Alright. Combo stuff. Oh, I rolled right into that. Oh, he jumped clear past. Fucker. I was like, oh, you can catch him because he'll like jump into the middle, then he'll jump to the other end of the arena. We probably should have caught that, but I didn't realize it was that low. Yeah. Because it doesn't limp anywhere or anything, it just keeps fighting. Game ends exactly where the way the first game begins, when the child tries to see from Garrett and he's like, it's not easy to find a keeper, especially one that doesn't want to be found. That's nifty. Well, now you gotta play the 2013-14 Thief reboot. You know, that glorious thing. Go and do it. Do it. Pretty good with the 2 reds across the board. Yeah. Oh, got a gem. I should probably, Fortitude Physique, huh? You don't want to play that. No, you don't want to play that. It was a game on PS Plus back in the PS3 days. I want my money back for that month. Also, it's wide range, so that's nice. Ooh, nifty. Ah, so that's why you've been healing me a bit, is it? I think that's what I was saying. Wide range 3. I do want to give it a look, because if I can get the astral armor as like the event stuff, I mean, get the astral armor as like layered armor. I'd use bits of that because it looks nice. But that's, you know, that's if like we get your gun sorted, and I have I get like another Fungiform gem, and then we're both just sitting here going, well, what now? Tier 2. Do I not have Odegaron Arena? I'll have the ebony one. Oh yeah, well there's optionals, yeah. So you could just use this if you want. I do have that investigation. We can do the investigation. Well, that's 20 minutes, so it's pretty tight. Oh, you need ebony now. I have the ebony arena. And is there? It should be a... Yeah, there's also an optional for it. So finally finished Assassin's Creed after almost a year. Oh, I remember when you started that. I've forgotten that you were still playing it. Oh, fuck. Alright, I'll put up the arena. Fuck, I guess the arena does load fast. I guess the best way to put the Thief remake slash reboot, the early 2010s Thief remake slash reboot, is while they did walk this back after people rightfully flip shit about it, Eidos proudly showed in previews a stream of gameplay footage where he was like, you know, Garrett was fighting people, and you got points, like a point modifier for the level and shit for getting headshot kills in a Thief game. And when people rightfully blew the fuck up at that, they took it out of the game. And ineptly tried to route it towards being like, you have actual stealth and don't need to fight. But they were too far in the development to really, you know, salvage it. So Still a bit of a corridor shooter at times. No, there you are. What'd you make of Assassin's Creed? I don't say Assassin's Creed 1, but it's just Assassin's Creed, it's fine. That's right, you got projectiles. Oh, you're gonna need me to cut you, aren't you? Wrong button. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, that they wanted to do that at all in the first place is the most baffling shit, but that's Western gaming developers for you in the modern age. Damn it. Yeah, like they just couldn't control themselves. I'm like, no, Thief has to be an action shooter. Like Splinter Cell, like you know, like everything actually. just straight up everything. It has to be an action shooter now. It has to be like a first-person shooter in corridors because people want combat and occasionally sneakiness, but sneakiness that'll always devolve into combat. That's what the people are here for, you see. The late PS3, not even late, like the PS3 360 generation had some really nice gems and some games I'm really fond of. Some things are very, you know, formative media for me because it was during my teenage years. But also, you know, they were really bad. They were just really fucking bad. It was a really bad generation. Around 2010 was mostly a bad time for consoles. Yep. It's only in reflection, especially in compared to the recent years, especially where Japanese developers are finally recovering from transition issues into HD development. Stuff like that. Like, it's only now that we realize exactly how deplorable those times were. Where are my null berries there? Damn it. Oh well, I'm still knocked over. Hi. Put your tail down. Fucker. It's a leg broke, probably. To be honest, it's kind of the thing of like a lot of AAA Western studios are still just kind of complete shithouse, honestly, and it's basically all like the mid tier of games, like the double A and A single A, if you want to call them that, or B tier games, and all, they're all back and proud and happy. And that end of things is great as well as the indie market, but like the big budget Western games are basically in the toilet and have been for I would go as far as saying an entire generation and counting now. In contrast, generally speaking, big budget Japanese and other non-Anglosphere ones are basically killing it. Cyberpunk aside. Ow, my bones. It's cool, it's fine. Get. Ow. Comboing bitch. Fucker. The thing that doesn't even knock you down is the sneaky stuff. You need to realize that's Luigi's health bar, not Hammer's. Luigi can sort himself. He's fine. He regenerates in a way that humans cannot. Are you sniffing? Like you've lost track of us or something? Where the hell are you going? Oh. Please throw the bomb. Okay. He's not ready yet. There we go, fucking finally. Yep. Ow. Oh, come on. He was like slightly to the side of that. That tagged me, that tagged me. Fucker. A bit early, but he whiffed anyway. Yeah. Wee. Good, fine. Cheers. Oh, you fucker. Nice. There we go. Alright. But he's wounded. That will fuck me then. Let's try it. Ooh. Wrong button. There we go. You were right. Come get the tail if you haven't. Did actually enjoy Assassin's Creed overall. There's a lot of cool ideas, and the execution's a bit mediocre in most aspects. It's strange how the assassinations are never about stealth and always end in the big fight. Yeah. On the other hand, if you're just walking through giant cities, you have to actually be stealthy because the guards start to recognize you during later parts of the game. That was always a mild pass, so I'm kind of glad they shifted to the, like in Assassin's Creed 2, they shifted a system where, like, you just have a general, you have a general, like, alert level that you can, like, shift up and down. It'll be shifted up for some missions, and you can shift it down in the overworld and shit. So you're not constantly being, like, chased in the fucking streets by guards. On the one hand, yeah, it does make you have to use what is it? Use stealth, and it's a stealthy game and all that, but also, you know, sometimes it's like, I just want to get to the next mission instead of having to take, like, you know, the most circuitous fucking route possible around all these goddamn guard patrols. The second introductory farmstead mission unlocked endless mode. And it's very neat. Turns out the heroes don't die in endless mode. They do in the introductory missions. Come absent for a few weeks and then come back super afflicted. Makes sense, I suppose. It's meant to be some, like some meteor from beyond the stars has something in it. It's like affecting time or some shit, isn't it? Or space. Yeah. That's a pretty neat way of doing it. That's a good way of balancing an endless mode in that you can go in, if you do lose someone, they're just out for a bit instead of being gone forever. It's a clever way of doing it. In some ways, getting them back super afflicted is actually kind of worse. Yeah. I would say so. It depends what the afflictions are, I guess, but like, I guess, yeah, like losing a level 6 here would be much worse, yeah. I was still thinking like mid game, it'd be like, I prefer sometimes it'd be nice if they just fucking die instead of having to get like a level 3 dude back coated in afflictions. Oh, okay, alright. I made a mistake. That's fine. The 100 stress thing is perfect. The battle quirks is the nah. You sometimes you just have to take them out back and put them down. Well, I wouldn't do that to like a level 6 hero. Like mid game, and sometimes it is just, you know, easier. Let me know if we need another Ebony Odo. We can, if we don't have an investigation, we can use the fucking optionals. Balls. 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 Yay. Sick. Dragonbone artifact. That's just I That's just like rare drop from bones, isn't it? Just from bone expedition. I say expedition, just from bone uptick. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's just rare bone. That's actually that plot point. The memory is actually they realize that it doesn't exactly explain it or anything, so they actually cover that in Assassin's Creed 2. That's one that they come back to, and it's in 2, and it becomes like a part of a key plot point in 2. I say that, but it's it. It matters in 2 in a similar way because of course, it's still about the Apple of Eden, but the explicit explanation for it, I think, is actually like a side thing you have to do. Like, it's like basically a side quest for collecting. I say collecting for completing a set of stuff, and when you complete the set, you get the secret lore. Assassin's Creed 2 was one of the first games I owned when I finally got a PS3, a PS3 Slim, and I really enjoyed it at the time. And honestly, I realize a lot of it is kind of like it is immensely more easy and like simplified in some ways than Assassin's Creed 1, but also in others it is just for the better because it just controls better. A lot of like the wonkier stuff from 1 gets smoothed over. Uh, Italy is just Renaissance era Italy, I should say specifically, is just a much nicer and more interesting setting visually and story wise and everything. No worries. Let's go see what we got. As pretty much anything will give us, will give me at least I've got a tier 4 gem, seems like, so I might as well just see what we got. Not on me. One of those do. Actually, hang on. I am going to check something. If the sword I'm getting and the armor set I'm looking for in post game have any other monsters that like we can currently get that are also in the Elder's Recess, I might as well have a peek at that. The wagon has a sub menu recruit fully kitted out level 6 heroes for free. Holy shit. What's the catch? Okay, right. There we go. It's for getting through endless mode, I guess, for any unlocks or story progression stuff. That's fair enough. This is the most awkward way they could list this out. Just Tell me what the weapon is made of, Wiki. Come on. Okay, this is just all... It's just all the one guy, so that's fine. And it's all the one post-game guy, so that doesn't matter. Now we'll just do that Fulgur Engine one, because if I need any, it'll probably be him in the long run, for the weapon anyway. So really worth, because reaching 27 kills in this mode gives you 9,000 gold. Ooh. Not to, I guess not to give too much away, but yeah, I would agree with the assessment that that the modern day story doesn't go anywhere. 2 takes it, does it very well. It advances it very well. Brotherhood does as well. Revelations is kind of a holding pattern, a gap filler, and then 3 is where they fuck it. If you want the explicit timeline, I don't know anything after that because I stopped playing Assassin's Creed at 3. As 3 in general was just kind of bad. It was just, at least in my opinion, it was just kind of miserable in a lot of ways. Already eaten. Have I replenished my shit? Yes. Let's go. But 2, pretty good. Brotherhood also pretty good. I actually quite enjoyed both of those quite a bit. Very fond memories of 2 and Brotherhood. Revelations was decent, and then they just kind of jumped off a cliff. Oh, armor seers. True crystal shards or special trinket stuff in the occasional event and for a few districts. So it's also all fancy. You can also swap them for heirlooms. Excellent. So it very neatly slots itself in to augment just the general upgrading and stuff. That's very nice. I think Desmond doesn't even appear in the games at the 3. That would make sense given what happens in 3. They kind of close the book on his end of it, basically. Yeah, they do. Probably because, like, even by that point, like, the general consensus was, like, most people preferred the historical stories, and I admit so did I. Like, it went interesting places, but, like, after a point, I'm kind of like, you know, I do just kind of prefer all the hell am I? All the past heroes. Which isn't to say they couldn't have done anything interesting or good with it, because they had, you know, touched it up a bit. But, you know. Hi. Oh, don't give me that. I need a crystal. Actually, give me those while I'm here, because I don't have any cool drinks with me. Crystal of light. Alright, let's go find our boy. We had quests for him. The Savage Devil Joe be something to hunt as well, just to get my Devil Joe sword sorted. So that's some good sorting. But we don't have any quests for him, I don't think. made him touchy. He didn't walk as close as I thought he would. He whiffed his... He went for the Ouija, actually, is what he did. Cheeky git. Yeah, by 3, like, the general consensus was people didn't like the main modern day story as much. And, basically because of that, you could tell by 3 they were kind of like, okay, we gotta just like tuck this up. But they still make references to like Abstergo and the modern day stuff in the later games, I'm pretty sure, because I remember David talking about it in 4. So, you know, like, they don't quite get away from it. I think basically what they do is they wanted to just basically cycle out the main cast, but then I don't know if they ever replaced that modern day cast with another one. And I don't even think there's much in the modern way stuff in the modern Assassin's Creeds, ironically, because they're basically just Ubisoft's attempt at The Witcher, kind of. And you think that's like just saying that, but no, like, they were very explicit in like surveys and shit they sent out to people asking, do you play games like this, about being extremely interested in The Witcher 3. They were extremely on the nose about that. Like, they did not really pretend to hide it. There's always something funny about Ubisoft was when I was getting their surveys for like playing shit like Assassin's Creed, like 2 and Brotherhood and Rev and all that, was that they would always make very clear what their next game was going to have in it, because they basically give it away in surveys, because, you know, it's essentially focus testing in a way. Like, they kind of gave away that 4 was going to have, like, boats and piracy and shit on it, because they were talking about, like, hey, would you like ship mechanics? It's about archaeologists finding a Viking skeleton in the US. Ah, okay. They've taken a different tactic. That's a nifty one. Oh, a nifty way of doing it, that one. Finding out like why he got there and then showing the story of it. That's a fun way of doing it. Get. I cannot. I am stuck in your flesh, good sir. Oh, come on. How did I always get up so fucking fast? I guess rather pertinently, there was news today from one of the Yakuza developers, not Yakuza, he's the director for Lost Judgment, which is, you know, basically he's on the same team. It's the Yakuza spin-off series, and he's talking about how they might do future Yakuza games, but set with, you know, like taking some of their current cast and bringing them to other countries for stories and shit, which is nifty and fun and all, but I'm just kind of like, don't make it America. Like, there's too many of these fucking games. Like, especially like, you know, sandboxes and stuff like this are just America. Like the same 3 cities in America. This is too much America and North America as well, because Canada gets it a fair bit as well. Yeah, on that point, funnily enough, when Assassin's Creed went to America for its major entry for number 3, that's when the series got really shit. Just to drive the point home. I did see the Saints Row reboot, and it looks tragic. I'm just kind of like, who is this for? Because you haven't gone back, it looks like, to Saints Row 2 era. Saints Row 1, Saints Row 2 era. Wacky but kind of serious, and you haven't, you're not sticking with like 3's tone exactly either. You're like this weird, vague middle ground. I thought it was Fortnite. It has that look. What apparently are the main characters don't look anything at all like, you know, the Saints or even a gang at all. You'd think they're gonna do a thing where like, you know, it's like, oh, this like silly group of nerds get in too deep and end up getting pulled into like criminal hell life, but it doesn't seem to be doing that. There was this absolutely tragic article I saw. What are you doing? It was a really like just absolute tragic article from some, you know, shithole American site that was like, comedy and like comedy games and like, you know, less serious ones. Less serious games are dead because Saints Row isn't being completely wacky anymore. There's no such thing as wacky games anywhere else. Oh, that's a bit tragic. And it's kind of like, you know, games like Yakuza don't count. Like all the very comedic and crazy Japanese games don't count because, you know, they're not American. They're not glorious Anglospheric Western Hemisphere treasures of art. So, you know, they just don't count. Indie games don't count either because they don't have a budget of like 20 million a minimum. So shit like that. It's just, you know, people already being fucking weird about it. And that's the most I have to say about it, because like I was kind of looked at the trailer and I was kind of like, I'm just kind of like, who is this for? What is the point? Ooh. Yeah, there are. Like, I've played, no, I haven't played like full ones, but I've played their demos in Steam Game Festivals and stuff. I'm still keeping an eye on that one, The Frogs, because that's like a fucking out there one. Like lots of very funny, like comedic, genuinely funny, well written, like games of all genres, not even just indie ones, just games in general, all over the place, being released all the time. But because they're not coming from, you know, a big American, Canadian, British, French studio, you know, Western European or North American, they just don't count. Is basically what this person was saying. And they're trying to pass it off, saying, oh, you see, these games are the trendsetters and they are the ones that show the direction of the overall industry. It's like, no, they're not. Games from that hemisphere have been, for a full decade now, basically, dedicated followers. Like, they just chase trends and copy each other. Anyone who does anything original and actually pulls it off will just have, like, their unique elements absorbed into, like, you know, the template and added to, like, the checklist of features on all these goddamn things. And they also just absorb a lot of their stuff from either movies or whatever other media, fucking cats, whatever other media is, like, majorly popular. That's why bows were a big thing in first-person shooters for ages, because like fucking The Hobbit and The Hobbit and the Hunger Games and all came out and were doing it. It's just deplorable. Deplorable. Ow. What I'm saying is the game's media is both racist, classist, and xenophobic. I said both, but you know what I mean. Those two are technically distinct things. You know, racism and xenophobia, I mean. And then just, you know, obviously classist because indie games don't count. Like, ironically, like among like Western AAA games, all the biggest trendsetters, well, just AAA games in general, like the biggest trendsetters over the last several years and decade and all that have been the Japanese one. Like, I'm not even gonna, I can't bring myself to say it. I'm just gonna say, you know, the Souls games, and then also, you know, Breath of the Wild is a big one. You could see, like, you know, Ubisoft has tried at least twice. I think at least twice. I think Ubisoft was both. There was that Phoenix Immortals Rising, I know that was theirs, and there was another one. Actually, that may not have been Ubisoft, may have been someone else. But we're basically doing that to try and be Breath of the Wild, and it's kind of like, you know, come on. Who are you kidding? You're not tricking anyone. Yeah, I guess. I mean, like, maybe they are, but I feel like going for quote-unquote the Fortnite aesthetic is like the worst way to do that, because even kids are still playing and loving the shit out of Grand Theft Auto 5. Which is from the same era and same vein as like OG Saints Row, where, you know, stuff was a bit more serious looking and carried itself that a little bit more seriously. Fucking, I need to get the gadget lockers sorted so they stop being pests in my hosted hunts. Okay, good. The cats hopefully will not wake it up. They're gonna wake it up. Wrong one. You know, like, I feel like trying to go for like, oh, look at them, they look like young and kind of fashionably dressed and all that. It's kind of like, no, you don't get it. You don't get what the people want. Which I guess isn't surprising. Volition, at the end of THQ's life and now in THQ Nordic's life, don't really know what people want. Like, that Agents of Mayhem thing was a fucking miserable disaster. Never played it, but just watching it was kind of like, oof. Like, what are you doing? Who is this for? I don't remember that move. Oh, good. You know, give me some of your footprints while you're here. Leak some tea for me. No, it just lagged it at the side of that, and you know what? I cannot blame it. Where did my cool drinks go? Ganked by frog. Oh, that's the tail off. Sick. I suppose I should be careful because this is capture and come on, come on, come on, come on. So, as we begin to wear him down, I guess bear in mind. keep an eye out for that. If you see skulls, like, fucking go for it. I'm not sure if I will see skulls. I don't know if I have enough research. Should have done that. God damn it. Get off the lava. Get off the lava. I guess if he stays at the edge, close to the edge, good enough. Fucker. Please. Fuck it. Nice. Oh, bracket those. I can see like the broken teeth here. Are they no longer active? Okay, there we go. Hello, Brachiodos. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, those teeth are fucking gone. Why are you aggro on me anyway? What did I do to you? Fucking... Like, come on, man. Oh, that's not good, eh? If I die here, it's purely my own greed and stupidity. Whew. Fuck it, let's get out of here. Where did he go? Actually, the tail. Yeah, come on now. Sick. Alright. I'm not coming. Oh. Hammer finished it for me. Thank you. He's done it. Although the stories is nice and all. What's on the ranch? Yeah, really. Fucking, I hope, like, the surprise push of Monster Rancher isn't just like Koei Tecmo being opportunistic and they actually try, because, you know, Digimon's made a decent audience for itself in the modern world. Where's our new Monster Ranch? Where's Monster Rancher? Come on, do it, and then make Capcom make a Monster Hunter Rancher. Make it happen. Crossover DLC, let us raise a fucking Rathalos and use it in Monster Rancher. Oh yeah, that also got us the Thunderproof Mantle Plus. Some Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris. It's a decent game as long as you have someone else to play with. One really dumb mechanic where everything you brick or touch use like tons of gems to collect like some shitty mobile game. You use it to open up loot boxes that give you mostly shitty equipment. It's very bizarre that they chose to do it like that. Like, why would a game like that need that kind of mechanic? Alright, we can I basically fight whatever unless you have anything else you need hammer. And by all means, because, like, right now, literally, because we don't have a big list of tempered, like, tier 2 or higher tempered monsters to hunt, the best way for me to get this is literally just fight anything. Alright, fair enough. If anything else strikes your fancy, feel free to say. Otherwise, we'll probably just, fight shit. There's a tempered bamboo optional. Either optional or event. We could do that. No, we'll let it. Where is it? There's a tempered bracket. Tempered Nagakuga. Where is the? Is it not one? I guess there isn't. This question you'll get to play as Artemis. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, fuck those. Try not to linger too long in case, like, post-game monster spoilers turn up. Although you can probably guess someone who is about. Maybe it's an optional. Or it's just all been telling fibs. Perhaps. It is perhaps that we've been told it's been telling us fibs. Blah, blah. How tempered get was in here? Tempered Brachytos is probably a bit much. That probably hurts a bit for where we're at armor-wise. So we might just fight whatever the hell. I've just been ignoring the gym as much as I'm just the person I'm playing with. Yeah, let's just... Some rewards you get for playing good, and so far equipment from that has been good enough. I probably, balance the game to be able to work around these. Let's fight a Nargacuga. I already ate, I'm pretty sure. Yep. It's playing dirty tricks on me. Yep. Fuck. It's fine. Do I need shit for this? No. Oh, I have that, but I have nothing I can actually feed it. The rest of these don't give me what I want. Actually, are you coming along, Hammer? I just realized from the wording of that, or... Oh, a second. Yeah, no worries. Just checking on the word. Steamworks, by all means. Did not mean to break the flow. The concentration. Honestly, at this rate, I'm not sure Chris and Evan are showing up. Let's go. Yeah, like, I could push it to half 11. Seeing like half an hour after that, but even then, I'm kind of like, yeah. Still don't work tomorrow, lads. Where is that? Get. Ow. Thank you, Luigi. Well timed. Fucker. Steady on. Die. Much obliged. Yeah, it's fucking right. I forgot them just being in the ground is enough to count as an attack. That's some shit. Oh, well timed. Alright, go whenever. Oh, he didn't run that time, you cheeky git. Pardon me. I had to stretch. Get. Yo. Fucker. Ooh. No. That's good. Cheers. Cheers again. You. Okay, we're good. Thank you. Fortunately, he whiffed. Should add capture or kill is fine. I'm just getting parts in general, nothing specific come to mind. Just to have them around. Capture would be better because that gets us more shit, but you know. Mostly this is just to have a fight for fight's sake. Suppose we could like hunt master rank 1 shit as well. See if that gives us like as good odds as any other, in which case we're gonna just bully Jagresses until maybe one of them shows up for a little bit extra stuff. I'm gonna presume Evan's just not turning up today. Fair enough. And Chris, I assume, must have been hit with something if he vanished. I'll get you there yet. Bonk. Oh, I'm green. That's not great. That's why I put this on, yes. God damn it. Ah, well timed. Alright. Line it up. Yeah. But yeah, likely, I keep saying these things and forgetting, because I also have an unyielding urge to return to 14, Final Fantasy 14 for Baldur's Gate and getting my relic weapons sorted. Which I might just do is slam that out and then get back onto new games. But won't be streaming tomorrow unless they again call for Monster Hunter and we can actually pull it off. Because I want to do that or start one of the growing piler games sitting here. God damn you. Fortunately, I had a mantle. And, what was it? Then Wednesday, I'm gonna get back on to streaming the things I want to do. I was considering streaming that 112 minutes because it's on Game Pass and I heard things, but it decided against it. I think if I do play it, I'll just do it myself or it'll be down the line. And I think I'll just go straight to examining fossilized ancient neurons to like examine things from my child and teenagerhood. Starting with that inexplicable Zool remake, new game, whatever it is. Remaster? Redimensioned. Just for giggles, because Zool is a thing I remember from childhood, and I'm surprised that that's come back to life. Rezool. They should have called it Rezool. Zool Rezool. As in retooled. Fucking missed the beat there, marketing department. Welcome back, Amanda. Get. Yeah, I understand your tails, knife fucker. I noticed you playing Stellaris. I saw that today when I got back on Discord. I was like, oh. Or maybe not today, it was either yesterday or today, one of the two. I created last time after playing last time. The engineers obsessed with robots that are fanatically materialistic and slightly xenophobic. A light sprinkling of xenophobia. For the culture. You cheeky fucker. He was going for the kill points there, it's fine. Yep. Was this the one based off of, like... I say based off of... Was this the Disney-inspired one, or was that a different thing? You mentioned that Stellaris triggers that neuron. Was that even Stellaris, or was that a different strategy game? Fucking hold still. As ever, remember you're free to use the vigor flies as well. They're not just for me. Pop them as you need them. My fucking sheathing took so long. One of these are ready, almost. And then you get refill. No. Oh, come on. Thank you. Evan dude is not playing. Wants to hunt the world. Hello.
Did you know I bought a mattress in the time it's still taking Chris to get here?
Yeah.
Because I did.
What kind of mattress?
I think it's like a hybrid memory foam.
Nifty.
Did you know Monster Hunter World is 144 hertz? Because it is now.
Oh shit. He's doing it. You can unleash 144 hertz. He's doing peak frame rate. Evan has become more powerful than we can possibly imagine.
It doesn't go under. It does dip, but it doesn't really go under 100.
Yeah, I imagine it'll waver up and down, because that's just how it goes. But sitting comfortably north of 100 is nutty.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
This monitor that I got a bit back because my center, my middle monitor broke. It was like, I got that monitor when I got the E-Machines computer.
It lasted that long.
It lasted that long. And then it was like, I think 2 Christmases ago I got this monitor. Special surprise, it's an AMD FreeSync monitor.
Ooh, baby.
It also supports AMD's super resolution thing if I want
Oh
it.
yeah, that's like their DSS equivalent, isn't it? I think.
DLSS?
DLSS, that's the one, yeah.
No, the AMD DLSS equivalent is Fidelity FX.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a per game thing.
Alright, what's super resolution? Pardon me.
Let me look it up. I dropped my controller.
Rip. All that for a dragon attack jewel.
Oh well, Fidelity FX is part of the super resolution thing.
Ah, okay.
It upscales the thing on a lower scale monitor, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so basically it's cheating the resolution, so same rough idea, basically.
Yes. However, it is an AMD card, so hey Evan, do you want to ray trace? No, I don't want to do ray tracing, but I appreciate the offer.
I mean, ray tracing's nice, but like nothing quite yet has been like the wow factor of it. You know what I mean? Like you're not missing anything really.
The point being, though, that I'm in the realm of talking about ray tracing.
Mm.
I'm having the conversation rather than saying, "Yo, this is 30 frames per second. It slaps."
How far he's come.
Anyway, I assume you're in a quest or something.
Nah, we're out now. We're fighting this Nargacuga arena. I'm just fighting random stuff to get tier 4 gems, basically.
I love gems. I need some of those. Gonna get a billion of them.
I'm good with hunting whatever, because pretty much anything seems to give us a chance at it. We got hammers, guns, sorted, so unless you have anything, I think we're all good. For specific Ryan, so it's just fighting whatever strikes the fancy. Emily says, Disney was what I wanted to play if I ever streamed Stellaris. Ah, okay. So I thought it would be fun to play out the last time. The Disney won't be a mega corporation that took over the planet. Yeah, pretty much if it's master rank, tier 4 is pretty reliable drop, yeah. I think basically all but one thing we fought tonight gave me a tier 4 gem. And that was the Nargacuga we just fought, gave me a tier 1.
Did you get a Fungiform gem?
Not yet.
Oh,
But we get one
eat it.
more, and then just like any top end suit that has like 3, down your weapon has like 3 tier 4 things, and then I can just basically flip into any armor then. And maintain my role. Next one will be last one for Hammer, that's no worries, because it's like 20 minutes until 11. Now it'll be just you and me for a bit, Evan.
Neat.
Materialistic, because it gives a bonus for scientific research, and xenophobic, because I played egalitarian and xenophile, which, while very restrictive, felt very restrictive, sorry. So I could never go wild and just slaughter aliens. Now I realize xenophiles feels restrictive. Xenophobes also feels restrictive because it doesn't let me be nice to outsiders. You have to be somewhere in the middle. Some we can slam out in like 20 minutes of the 3 of us. Or thereabouts. Reckon good odds I could fight a Glavenus.
Probably.
Let's give it a shot. Let's fuck this guy up. I don't know where he is in the forest. He might be on the right. A 100 FPS Monster Hunter. How does it feel on the eyes?
A lot. You can see there's so many frames, I'm telling you.
You know
I love
one.
these frames.
You know one thing you can do. At some point, like check what frame rate you get in Final Fantasy 14, because right now, because David flexed about it, he's getting like 105 in that. And I think admittedly his monitor is only 120 hertz, so it can't go like as the full reach yours can, but you might as well flex. As I'm pretty sure your rig is more recent and thus beefier than his now.
What is his graphics card?
What is his? It's not his. Is I think actually one of the mid-range AMDs, the 5000 series, I think. I need to ask him. How like your rig is actually better than mine because you have 5000 is like what 2, 3 gens ahead of the Ryzen 2000s. It's
I
something
think
like
it's
that.
two because I don't remember there being
Yeah, I
4000s.
was
I
gonna
think
say I
if there
don't
was
remember.
4000s, they were APUs,
Hmm.
so they were more specific. And being, but yeah,
Yeah.
all I know is people went from 3000s to 5000s. So the 4000 series was something
Probably
or
laptop
non-existent.
APUs or something. Yeah. Yeah, I think like GPU aside, your rig is definitely beefier than mine. Even so, hey, what wonders can you get up to now?
Also, last time I aired by saying I got 3600 megahertz RAM. No, it's only 3200.
Nah, still pretty good.
If I wanted on this motherboard, I would need to overclock if I wanted RAM any faster than 3200.
Yeah, that's usually the case. I'm pretty sure. Like to get above that, you do need to overclock. But I'm always nervous about overclocking RAM and shit. I don't know where that stands on that. Cause like usually GPU and all that has it just built in. You can just do that these days. CPUs, like AMD CPUs, have like their overclocking shit built in. You can just tweak
No,
some
I think it
settings and
mean
it
I
does
think
it.
it meant I would need to because like it was listing RAM compatibility with
Mm.
CPUs, so I think I would have to overclock the CPU to get
Ah,
to
okay.
accept faster RAM.
Not the motherboard, okay. I'm quite a bit now. I developed my robot so far. I was able to upload the mind of every member of my species into one of them. So now we're a species of mortal super robots. That didn't take long, Emily. It's very already spacefarer race, so you know. What's the robot singularity from that? Ooh. You. Oh, feet were going away. Just chinning these stuns. Oh, rip. Only a bed over 100 years. I have to go on the space. Sneaky bitch. If I dodge this at will because I was technically on a level down. Timed that too late. I was gonna do the sneaky counter dodge. Fucker. Fine. Stones or anything I can do. Whew. Fucking cut that close. That's not good. Yep. We're good. Ish. Was good. It's fine. Oh, it's just blow that tail off. Ah, his tail's cooled off. Yo, heat up again. There we go. Oh no, he fucked it. Never mind. Yeah. I don't necessarily want that. I may have wanted him to do his sword tail first and then knock him over. But I'm already here and he's going down, so fuck it. Or not. Not. Ugh. He pissing off this religious fallen empire. The fallen empires are ancient civilizations that usually live in a small area and keep themselves much higher developed than anyone else. First to colonize their holy world, and then my species give up their God-given biological bodies, become robot people. You are going to provoke them into a war sooner or later, I'm sure of it. And you'll probably win, too. My mental longs I need to sharpen. Glad that didn't count. There we go. Is he enraged? He's enraged. It's fine. I can reach his tail on this hill. Fucking. You're taking the piss with this angle. Oh, like I've been hearing, for whatever reason, been like, especially hearing all the breaking sounds very loud this time. Just the squelch of that face breaking or whatever it was. If anyone has anything they can shoot, that'd be really sick. There's a red pig. It's gonna wait from the Heather's tail, and we'll see about dropping that on to knock him down. Is he skulls already? Not just yet. He is very low though. Good catch. We'll have to keep an eye for that. There we go. No, you whiffed it. Honestly, we're probably not getting one of these tails off on these guys anyway until we're like carting about more park breaker or something. Eat your tail. If I was asleep in my chair, how much longer are you going? Hammer's leaving after this, and then I can go for like an hour, half hour. So it will just be more miscellaneous fighting for gems, basically. Bitch ran away.
I bought a mattress.
I haven't bought a mattress. Good mattress too. Eat your tail. Fucker. There we go. There we go. Oh god damn it. Ooh. Burning. Yep. Cheers. It's the only problem with that. It returns you to the spot you kind of from. I cannot catch up to his bumhole.
I'm gone. He threw me off a cliff.
He's away after you. Oh, this is unfortunate. We see if Hammer's life. It's cool. We're good. This is bonking at blue. Ugh. Let's just try it. Ugh. Fucking.
It's a good thing we were in water.
Yeah, it really is. Please. Unfortunately, it's also a bad thing we're in water. Get in, trap. He's not ready yet. You wouldn't happen to have a trap on you, would you, Evan? For when we beat on him a bit more. statue paralysis. Even if you count anything but the head. Currently building a citadel in which I can then build Titan assembly yards, and I'll build a Titan, which is one of the biggest ships. Build a Colossus, which is even bigger and can destroy planets with a giant death laser. Only then will I stop being scared of the fall of Empire. You know what? Valid. When you can blow up planets, then you can stop being afraid of anything, really. Fucker that you are, if you would try that against me. Oh, he backed away at the right second. Oh, that bitch.
Please leave me alone.
Would not surprise me if your weapon just intrinsically has higher aggro than either of ours. Get that fucking tail off. Get off. It's just all of it whiffed. I do believe that's a limp. No, maybe not.
Oh, he turned his tail off like a light bulb. You've seen it.
I seen it. Nah, it's not a limp. He's still going fine.
You got a lot of nerve to do that, Glavenus. That's not how thermodynamics work.
Nope. Oh, he fell asleep. Just plant the bomb. Okay, no, it wasn't him getting up. He just twitches in his sleep a bit. Yeah. This excellent for when he heats up again, which will hopefully be soon. Still not limping. He's determined. I think lances do cut damage, yeah. I'm pretty sure the Dukes, I remember severing a tail while lance before him. Yeah, I'm absolutely certain. Lance would, like, Lance or Gun Lance would be a good pick for busting this open, actually, yeah. Because you could just parry the sword, the giant swings. Or say parry, block the giant swings. Presumably, anyway. Aye. Rev back up the white, you big git. Pardon me. Alright, it explodes. That's what I was looking for. Oh, fuck off. Come on. Get him! Yeah! There it is. I need skulls now. You gotta trap Puppet. Oh, he's probably gonna run away, actually, so we can follow through. No, he's determined to get us. Oh, fuck me. Someone else happen to have a trap. There we go. Just need an extra jolt. Yeah. The shadow of a Rathalos passing overhead. Stellaris actually changed quite a bit over the last few years. For example, you now have no information about alien empires when you first meet them. Instead, you have to spy on the communications and try and translate their language. Now, jobs for your people in different social classes. Most changes feel like nice little additions, but don't improve the game much. But there's one I really don't like. Do tell. Hell Shell. It was a tier 4 gem, and I was briefly like, what if it was also a Fungiform? I got Heartbreaker 9.
You know, I made it when we first fought Glavenus. I made an observation, but I've just now enhanced that observation. I said, "Oh, Glavenus," because it's like a glaive, but I've enhanced that by realizing Glavenus is glaive ass.
You done it. You cracked the code.
I've cracked the code. I know it now.
I will never be able to unsee that now. Alright. I'm good to go for like an hour and a half hour then. I presume that's you knocking off for the night, Hammer. No worries. Thanks for playing. Good hunts, good hunts. We're now more or less very prepared for story progress next time. Good night, Hammer.
Hooray!
Right. Let me sec.
You want to know what else is crazy about this computer?
Yep.
I'm playing Monster Hunter World,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't close Google Chrome.
Oh shit. That's the marker right there.
Also, I want to see if I can get a picture real quick of something. Let me see just fast.
If you're still there, Chris, feel free to pile in for like. You could probably fit like an hour, 2 hunts, maybe even 3 in, depending what they are. That is how sectors work. Back in the day, if your empire exceeded a certain size, you'd have to create sectors that would be managed by governors. These sectors were AI controlled, but you still had full AI control over. You still had full control over them, so you could intervene with the AI anytime and basically manage these sectors on your own. So you always had full control if you wanted, but the game would also not get too overwhelming as you expanded. Very clever system, that, yeah. Oh, they didn't do a thing like they changed it to be like full AI control only, did they? Pardon me. The opposite. Oh, they took AI control away, so it's now all full control all the time. Oh, that's not any good either. Now it is just get overwhelmed. I think what I will do actually So check these again. Let's just run down the limited bindies list. Why not? Not that one. Could be high rank. Event, Ronville, Elder Dragon, 5-star master rank or higher. You want to fight a Tigrex?
Me?
Yeah.
Sure. Isn't Chris gonna show up though?
I asked, but he does not seem to be. I don't know if he's here and he's just sorting it out or what. The quest is up, I don't hear it.
Just 1 second.
Alright. Just forced micromanage it now where it was optional before. I did actually like to manage everything myself in the past, but it was nice to know the AI would take over if I missed anything outside the core sector. Now is to check that everything is going well, which is kind of stressful. Yeah, that's a weird change to make. 'Cause I feel like it could only be negative. If anything, you'd make that an option to decide or not.
Let's check it. Sorry, this is taking so long.
Yeah, no, you're alright.
I just want to show you something neat. And you'll look at it and be like, wow, that's neat. We told you. Alright, this should be good. So, I'm going to show you how thorough I am when moving computers, though.
Yeah.
Because I like to be very thorough. So thorough that, let me find where I just saved that. Oh, the file is too big. It's 8.61 megabytes, and it can only be up to 8 megabytes. I might have to crop
Discord.
it, because it's a big picture.
I kind of wish Discord would just increase that to 10 or something.
Let me try and be fast on this one, because boy, You are being a pain in the ass. Microsoft's Windows and Paint and oh, there it is. I didn't save it as new. I saved it as current. So it was under C instead of N in the alphabetical list. Maybe if I save it as a JPEG. I don't have Photoshop right now. That's why I'm using Paint. Oh yeah, that's 1 megabyte. So okay. So I was so thorough that I've all my irreplaceable files on one of the hard drives I've moved. I plan on moving the other drives out of the old computer at some point. But as it is right now, I could boot up the old computer if I wanted. I took a screenshot of my old desktop before I moved.
One sec.
Oh, you can see that there. I also did block out anything that might be even mildly sensitive. Like, it's pretty benign, but I did it just to be super certain.
Sensitive as in, like, revealing of info, or
Well, even
sensitive
the
as in...
hint of, like, revealing info.
Okay. I was gonna say sensitive in terms of revealing info, or sensitive in terms of tits?
No, there's no breasts. This one that's hidden further.
Wise.
You don't put that on the desktop. Anyway, no, it's just like stuff that's like don't want to just say, "Hey, here it is."
Yeah.
But you see that. And now I have a picture of my desktop as it is after a few days of being on this computer, which is where it's under C, like I just said.
Do you want me to show these on stream, by the way, or?
You don't have to, but if you
I
want
have it.
to,
I have
that's
it
why
set up too. So
that's why I did it just in case.
it's that one's coming through a bit small because of how Discord behaves.
You would have to zoom a bit in to make out the text anyway, because it's
Yeah.
the full 3-monitor setup.
But that gives across the gist very well. Yes.
All right. Here's the new desktop.
Let's look. No, skip my thunder. Skip my thunder.
You'll also notice that the third monitor that has Beautiful Joe background on it isn't there. That's because this new graphics card doesn't like the cable I've been using with that monitor, so I have to buy a new cable.
You're right, though. There's a... You can see the thoroughness.
Everything where there's a blank spot is like a program I have to actually install and couldn't just move. Like OBS and Photoshop and Premiere.
I can enjoy setting all those up again. Yeah.
Do I really wanna? I don't know. But then if I don't get Premiere, though, I'll have to go back to using VSDC free video editor, which I will still install anyway because it's a decent piece of software.
Gotta get you fucking Magic's Vegas at some point.
No, I prefer Premiere over Vegas.
Fair enough. I just pick Vegas because, cheaper, really.
Hey, me too, but different.
But different, yeah.
All right, you want to fight a T-Rex?
Yeah, let's
I mean,
fight a
I'll
T-Rex.
probably show something like I'm gonna show a lot of this stuff off on Evan has a new computer stream,
Yeah.
which will be soon, maybe even tomorrow before I start work again on Wednesday.
That'd be good, because then I could, depending when you start, I could watch that live.
The only thing is, I have to install OBS and reset up my stream.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna have to, like, see all, like, how it all reacts to the new setting, your new hardware even, as well.
Yeah. But like the whole point I want to get off is like, wow, I pretty much one-to-one am recreating the PC, but better.
Really
Because
are.
that's how seriously I take it.
More than I do, because I just make sure I have, like, a certain core of files and stuff all brought over, like, the important shit all brought over.
Yeah.
And just install the hardware and the hardware software again and all. But I'm not as thorough as that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's easy for me because I already have like I already had a backup folder. It was like key files.
Mm.
So I was like, all right, the drive that has the key files on it is the first one that is going to be moved to the new PC.
Aye.
And if I really wanted, I can leave the other drives in the old PC just for it to be the old PC still.
Oh, the joke is this is the biggest Tigrex ever.
Oh.
Still, though, being able to recreate it so directly is just very pleasant.
Yeah, I just I was like, well, I'll just copy things from my desktop. I
Like,
also used the snipping tool
mm-hmm.
to take multiple screenshots of every program I had installed in that computer. So I just went through the programs list on
Mm.
Windows, and I was like, if I get to a point I'm like, where's this? I'll look at that picture and be like, oh, I gotta put this back on.
Good way of doing it. Your desktop
Uh,
seizes. Memory notes. After a seven
but
and a half year long break, I continue watching One Piece. I'm 350 episodes behind.
suffice to say, it's not actually that much more work
Hmm.
to do what I've done than it is just bringing the important files over I already had.
Yeah.
So I do keep most of the important files on the desktop anyway, and if not, then it's in like documents and downloads and
Yeah.
pictures.
That's what
So
I do.
I just copy the default Windows library folders too then.
I don't have it on the desktop exactly, but I do have it all in just, like, the core Windows. Ones, just documents, pictures, all that.
I don't need a clean desktop. I need a desktop that does the things I want to do on the start of the computer.
Yeah. But those remind me, I need to, because I let my mom use my Microsoft account so she could get access to, like, Microsoft Store puzzle games and stuff. And what that did was it forced synchronicity of, like, the Windows avatar and also the desktop. But unfortunately synced it to, to hers and not mine. As I didn't exactly want to have to explain to my mom what Kill la Kill is. But it reminds me I had to make sure that that sync is broken both ways and not just the one way so I can change my fucking background back. In a way, it being bit, well, beyond that one, being basically that's screen load.
Wow, that
Hey,
was. Don't mean to interrupt you, but I was like, wow, that was kind of a flip move. That just kind of
lop
did
that
the whole
off.
tail.
Neatly done.
All right, what were you saying?
Oh, he fell asleep.
I'm talking.
What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying.
It was something about the desktop, I think.
Desktop. No, I forgot. Probably wasn't that important then. Just waffle. As I want to do.
Yeah, before I even consider, salvaging the drives from the other computer,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, everything's on this computer, right?
Yeah.
Before I erase it. Yeah. The other thing to be sure of is this computer I just built isn't going to suddenly destruct because I didn't screw in the one screw, right? Once I'm clear out of, because
That's a
there's the
very
part.
legitimate concern, honestly.
There's the part of everyone when they do this is like, all right, now I've got to wait at least 1 year before I'm sure it won't collapse.
Yeah. There's that part where you forget to turn on the power supply, but you turn on the wall and it doesn't come on. You just immediately assume that the CPU or the motherboard is fucked and that's it, everything's over. But you just didn't
Guess
flip the
what?
switch.
Guess what happened when I did it? That one happened.
Beautiful.
One
Classic.
actual technical problem did happen though.
Oh, what?
I'll re-explain this when I do the stream, but you get the preview of it. I got into the BIOS and everything, and I was like, "Yeah, baby, woohoo!" Because like I mostly assembled everything on the day I made that picture of like time for assemble.
Yeah. And all the parts lined up.
Yeah, but it got late enough that I was like, I'm just gonna do cable management tomorrow. Because like half of it was putting the parts in and the other half was, wow, oh, I gotta put this cable here,
Yeah,
this
fucking.
one here.
I hate cable management.
In any case, that was day 2. I think my cables are okay. I will also have a comparison shot of the old computer's cables to the new one. We will see. I think I did it as best as I probably could. But I'm getting sidetracked again. I got into the BIOS, and I was like, yeah, I'm setting it up.
Yeah.
I load the memory profile because default, it's 2,133 megahertz.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta load the XMP, the big size speed
Yeah,
profile.
You got to go big fast.
You need to go fast. And I save the settings, and I exit. And then it won't post, and I go, oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Satan is in my machine.
So, the way to fix that, I had to reset the CMOS. But, it's one of those motherboards where it has, like, you have to put a cap on 2 pins.
Oh, I hate that shit. I know what you mean.
And I didn't and it doesn't come with a cap.
It doesn't.
It didn't come with a cap. So, what I had to do is I take out the battery, and the whole way the cap thing works is that you ground the circuit and you break it and such. I did that by using a flathead screwdriver and holding it between the 2 pins for a few seconds. And then it worked. And then I updated the BIOS, and then it accepted the memory profile.
Yay.
Because the default memory profile does not accept RAM that fast. and that's why it wouldn't post anymore once I changed it to 3200 megahertz.
That's a terror one. I'm not looking forward to having to do that sort of thing when I get my next motherboard, whenever that is. Because while, like, you know, the thoughts have been put in the head because computer chat, I'm just kind of, you know, this thing does just hold up well enough and will still hold up well enough for a good while yet.
I know from,
Yep.
like, I feel like I shouldn't worry as much because experience of my first computer is they're not that fragile. They're still
No.
somewhat fragile, but they're not that fragile.
I mean, I've had a thing where, like, I've had to, like, reband the CPU pin once because it got slightly out of whack. Thing still fucking worked. It never missed a beat. That wasn't this one.
I did accidentally bend a pin when I was inserting some cables, but I bent it back and then it worked. This was also the least important pins, though.
That's fair.
Because the least important pin that I had to rebend back in place was the RGB fan light header.
Who really cares, really?
And it still worked, though, so I can just change the... I know some people think, like, oh, it's the rainbow thing, it's gaudy, but I picked addressable RGB lights because I can just make it any color.
Yeah.
I can make it blue one if I feel like it.
If you want style, go for it, yeah.
And mostly because it came in a pack of 3. So 3 fans.
Oh, like one of each color, is it? Or
no, they're all rainbow, any
okay.
LED, but it was 3 fans with color.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, that's a great deal.
Pretty good deal. Emily says I've been thinking about flashing my phone with Android 11, so my fun is to make sure it back up everything since I can't go back. Oh.
The RAM is also G-Skill Trident Z, which is also RGB LEDs on it. And I'm like, wow. Remember when do you think it was that people decided RAM should have speed fins like a car on it?
Oh, that's been around for a fucking while, because like they're like, oh, this helps cooling and shit.
Yeah, but would you argue maybe like early 2010s?
Yes, because I remember seeing that sort of stuff in secondary school.
Like, that seems about right. Like,
yeah,
the
around
aughts,
there.
The aughts, they're just chips still. The 10s, they're like, wow, we put a weird clip on it and it looks fast.
It's got capital C cooling.
Yes. I lucked out but my picks turned out to be really good and really compatible because the motherboard has like this polychrome whatever feature, so I can sync up the lights, I can do all sorts of effects, and I'm like, this is a little more than I actually thought it was. This is like a car, but it's a computer. I could just make it, you know, regular blue though.
Fucking Jesus, give me a second. You're gonna have to bump me before he does. Or hopefully my cat will, instead of just looking at me. Okay, no, Luigi will resurrect me though, so it's fine. Sometimes the cat will like save you and like knock you when you get dizzied, and sometimes you'll just sit there and watch you die, and it upsets me every time.
That's like real cats.
Yeah, actually. I had mentioned One Piece earlier. Really enjoying it. Didn't think I'd enjoy it as much as, considering how I didn't really enjoy anything I tried to watch since One Punch Man in 2016. Heard to say the animation is a bit shit at times, and the key to these weird jump cuts, I feel like they just didn't want to animate something. That's probably because they didn't, because it's like 900 episodes and it's coming out every single fucking week. They probably are just cutting corners wherever they can. I'm going to try and trap this fucker because his health seems kind of low. Come on, you big git. Yeehaw.
Also, I didn't mention it, but this is a different arena than we've been to before.
Yeah.
Is this the Iceborne one?
No, this is the in like the Gathering Hub. There's like a quest, like there's a combat arena set of quests where you just fight stuff with like preset builds,
Oh,
and this is that
alright.
arena.
Cool.
There
It kind
is,
of reminds me
yeah.
of the Monster Hunter 4 arena.
It might be explicitly based on that though. The same general idea. I was gonna say there is an Iceborne one for the Iceborne combat arena. I'm pretty sure if you go to the Celiano's Gathering Hub, you can go to it. And then the quest combat arena is the usual rock one. You already had an SSD, right, for your PC?
I did, but it was small enough that I was like, it's mostly just Windows.
So you
It
can
was Windows and Rust, and that was pretty much all that was on the thing. Because of how bad Rust ran on my old thing, I was like, let's load it all in the... Like you said, what if we load it all into memory at once?
yeah, pretty much.
That's how they... So you never have to load anything during the game. It's a solution.
It is a solution, to be fair.
Is it considerate to worse spec PCs? No, it's not. But yeah, so when I first moved it from the SSD, or moved it to the SSD, I was like, wow, loading takes like 15 minutes instead of 40 minutes. Fantastic. So it was a necessity for Rust to be on the SSD. This is a 250 gigabyte SSD, so I'm like, I gotta put a little bit of stuff on there.
Yeah. Because this rig was the first time I had an SSD. So it was the time where it was the first time I jumped from like, this big, beefy, sizable hard drives to an SSD. And to be sure, it's still a big one. It's a 1 terabyte one. Because it was going for £100 at the time.
I mean, that's kind of where I was saving money. I was like, I'm just gonna reuse drives.
Yeah, and that's very sensible, to be fair, given you had to do like the total overhaul.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'll just do this. I'll probably want to upgrade SSD, but yeah, it's a 250 gigabyte, and if I take the old one out of my computer, then I have a total of 370 gigabytes of SSD space,
That's
and
pretty good.
I'll have 4 terabytes of hard drive space.
And that's optimal.
Yeah,
I've heard that, but I could always do it more.
because I got a 2 terabyte hard drive, and I'm gonna you plan on doing the. I already moved the 1 terabyte that had all my backups
Yeah.
to this, and then the other one is also 1 terabyte.
I do jealously eye those like 10 terabyte plus hard drives.
What do you need that's that big to store?
Something I'm like, you don't know how much 1080p anime I want.
Congratulations, Gavin. You've downloaded anime, the whole thing.
All of it. Forever.
Yes. Technically, though, the SSD in my other computer, I partitioned it. So for Windows, it was only 80 gigabytes because I made a Linux partition. I was like, I want to learn how to use Linux, and then I never did. So I just made 40 gigabytes of it unusable. because I was like, I'll use Linux. There's got to be a reason to use Linux for me, a guy who likes to do computer things. I booted it up like twice. And I was
I
like, this
feel
was
like
a
unless
terrible
you're like
idea.
doing active programming shit, there's not really much reason to have a Linux partition. Yeah, it's nice and all, and the customizability is really nice and all, but I am just kind of like, for all the shit we give Microsoft, it still kind of feels better than the best Linux Linux OSs, distros, I should say. When you say 500 megabyte SSD, did you mean gigabyte or is it actually 500 megabytes? So that's a cosmic notion. They do actually. Our new laptops and work are based entirely off like the Windows subsystem for Linux stuff. That's how we're converting from our dedicated Linux VM on our previous laptops, and it's a bitch to set up, but it does work really well. Like it just kind of melds in really well. Knowing that they're doing that with Windows 11, like they're having Android apps meld into that. It's kind of like I see your game here, Microsoft. I see what you're up to, but I don't know if I necessarily disagree with it at this point.
Uh, you know where you could get a 500 megabyte SSD?
Where?
Uh, a a Western Digital laboratory in 2005 when they were trying to figure out how to make SSDs.
Blast. Blast.
I mean, probably. That's just a guess, but I'm assuming they're like, oh, we got SSDs is a new technology.
Yeah.
Let's make a 500 megabyte space and see what happens.
I'm gonna make some Mint on my desktop. I'm not quite like that. I haven't used Mint, to be fair. Actually, for most of the Linux dishes I have are like, I say have. Most of the ones I've interacted with have all been like stuff I've done in work. So I guess that's kind of the flip side of it. Is like there's probably ones that are just genuinely quite nice for actual users and not just this is a workhorse.
I think another reason I wanted Linux, I was like, oh, it can be a backup if Windows dies or something. But why not
That's
just have
valid.
the. But at that point, I could just use the like live USB feature they have for Linux, like Ubuntu and stuff. You can just
Boot off the USB.
boot off of a USB and access your stuff from there.
That's really nifty. That Mint laptop. Fair enough. Given the time, I think I might call it here now.
Yep. Boy, I love computers though.
It's good. Computer talk, good. Looking forward to seeing the comparison stream.
It's gonna be a big one.
Big and beefy. There's a bit of Steamworks built up. Right. I'm just gonna meld these and then I'll call it.
All right. I'm doing the Steamworks right now. It's Steamworks time.
What I got? It's pretty valid anomaly. I'm just generally paranoid because, about game compatibility with Linux stuff. That was what kept me from making like a main OS. I know you could just dual boot or use Wine and all that, but I'm just kind of like, nah, just mainline Windows.
I remember Valve saying we're gonna support Linux so hard, and then they stopped.
They just stopped. Yeah,
I mean, they still mildly enjoy Linux, but they're not evangelizing Linux and saying this is where games can happen.
they. To be fair, they are still like SteamOS is like their own Linux distro, isn't it?
Pretty sure.
Yeah,
But
it's
who uses Steam OS?
Valve are trying to make it a thing again with the deck. So who knows?
Build the Steamworks. Hooray.
Yeah. Let's save. Alright. Quit. Alright. That's me for the night because we're 10 to midnight.
Okay. Did the stream end?
Stream hasn't ended yet, no.
Okay. I didn't know. I didn't know if you said so. But yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo. All right, I filled the Steamworks, so I'm done too.
Pretty valid amount. Yeah, like, most of the games or the games I play are usually like Windows only. Or, Windows only on some kind of, yeah, might as well. But with that, I'll be me for the night. Thank you for playing, Evan.
I showed up at the end after I got a
Yeah,
mattress.
broke the
Chris
glass on
didn't
his
show up.
tail.
What a silly guy. Nah. Well,
Nah.
he's a great guy. We're just joshing.
Uh, yeah. Thank you for watching, Emily and Chris, if you're there, and anyone else. I am. Yeah, that's us. I will. You finally had time to hang around. You did, yeah. It's been a while since you've been on a full one. Um, my next stream is probably Wednesday or Thursday, and that's gonna be Zool. Just unearth like ancient childhood neurons and see what happens. That'll probably be. I can't imagine that being a particularly long game because it's like explicitly I think a remaster of the original one. Who knows?
Is it also a Bloodborne like the Caveman game was? I
uh,
forget what the Caveman game was named.
Prehistoric sound.
Prehistoric Man, yes.
Uh, I honestly don't remember because like as a kid, I think I only got like a few levels in and I got stuck in Zool. Mostly, I just remember like seeing the logos for like sweets and lollies and stuff that I actually saw in real life, and that kind of destroyed my mind because I was like, how does that happen? How does that work? Because I was like 4. It'll be interesting to see how it is. And then, the next few games I'm streaming are gonna be that kind of idea, just remasters and shit from stuff I played as a kid and teenager.
That's neat.
And then, the Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy spiral begins. But that's the Room Dark future.
You did also beat all the Room games except the VR one, but you don't have
I
VR.
don't have VR. But yes, it did do all that.
I still didn't get past the second one. I stopped and I was like, oh, I'm working. I'll get to it.
I recommend it. 4 ended up being my favorite of the bunch.
Didn't David say 3 wasn't that good? I do remember that. He said 3 wasn't that good in the stream of the first one.
I forget if he said 3 or 2 was the one he was enthused on.
Pretty sure it was 3.
I like 3 well. I like 3 more than 2. I think my order is based on like 4, 4, 1, 3, 2. But they're all pretty good.
Neat.
highly recommended among me. But yeah. Good night. Stream end.